Nem vem que não tem. Nem vem de garfo que hoje é dia de sopa. Esquenta o ferro, passa.
All I can remember of my school dinners were enormous stodgy pies.
Potatoes and waiting for Mr. Hart, the headmaster, to make sure you've eaten them is unfortunately my abiding memory of my school dinners. We started Leon in 2004 with the objective of making it easy for everybody to eat good food. Natural food that tastes good, does you good, and deliver to people at scale.
We looked at fast food and we thought, why does fast food have to be bad? Couldn't you take the system and put really good stuff and passion and creative cooking in at one end and actually get really good food out the other end?
Somebody called Jamie Oliver took took a Leon lunch to a meeting that he had before they got into power with Cameron Gove and the prospective health secretary. So that's how Gove and Cameron became aware of the potential of us to bring something to the party.
Nem vem que não tem.
Michael Gove asked us to get involved in the school food plan. Why did the government think we're the right people to do this? We clearly really care about good fast food. We understand what it takes to deliver fresh food at high volume at a reasonable price. So we get it.
I certainly started with a perception, which I now completely understand that many other people share, was that before Jamie Oliver conducted the campaign and did his work in school food, things were bad. And now, after standards have been put in place, surely everything is great. Why the hell do they need us?
We were going around talking to people about whether there was a job to be done. No one could point us to an agreed vision of what good food should look like and a plan for the country to make that happen.
Today versus the 70s, where we grew up, where there was 70 plus take up of school food in secondary schools, today there is 36, 37%. The first major thing that we discovered in understanding whether we should take the job on was, wow, things are not sorted. Our challenge is to understand why and to fix it.
So we went back to Gove and we said, look, we do not want this to be a review. We do not want to be the next centimetre on a pile of paper of all the previous reviews on school food.
Every day we are with schools, we're with experts, we're with people on the ground, we're with parents, we're with teaching unions. We've got almost an access all areas pass to meet everybody, excluding probably Robbie Williams. But we have an absolute ability to use that opportunity to get things done. So we have two objectives. The first is to get more kids eating great school dinners. So it's partly about the nutrition, partly about how it tastes and is presented, and then it's all of the other things that can increase take-up. So managing queues better, making the dining rooms more lovely. The second thing is, what is the role of food in schools? Cooking, growing, the curriculum. How kids experience food in schools so that it gets more kids eating school dinners, but also so that it gives them a legacy for later in their lives. We're going to do it with a sense of positivity so that the people on the front line have a sense of confidence about what's possible. We're going to be focused on building consensus. We know from business and from life, results happen when everyone working in a sector actually opens up and works together. And lastly, quick wins throughout the process. We're absolutely adamant that results must start immediately.
We want to deliver three things. The first is a vision of excellence. What does really good food look like so that any head teacher can take that and begin to work towards it? The second is looking at what works well. There are all sorts of people across the country in individual pockets who've done really amazing things, and yet we go to schools and people aren't aware of that. So we want to present that in a really rich, easy to accessible way. And then the final thing is understanding what needs to happen on a national basis to support the schools that are doing that. What support do they need on training? What support do they need on group buying? So there's a lot of work in terms of the structure, which will form the basis of the plan that we roll out next year. Jamie Oliver, Sharon Hodgson, who's the all-party parliamentary group for school food.
Chair of that.
And the School Food Trust, Food for Life have all been incredibly supportive, publicly supportive.
This is an army that we need. We need a gang, we need an entire movement, we need everyone actively involved in this. So if you are a head teacher or a school cook or a kid that knows what's good or has got a vision for how things can be. We've got an email address. I've actually got it here, so I'm going to read it out loud. This is long. school.food@education.gsi.gov.uk. Next time, we're going to get a shorter email address.
Look, it's important not only because of the food on the plate. This is about childhood obesity. It's about the bill for the NHS. It's about people being able to live healthy lives and feed their children good food. And we have a real opportunity here to make a difference. If you're not on the phone...
Hold it, I've got a text.
Don't